Well, losing a loved one is never easy. Much of the advice and counseling is aimed at adults. But what about the children? How do you help them feel better and be happy? Well, Crossroads reporter Ann Carrick went to Shelton to learn about an organization focused on helping children who are grieving.
After the unexpected death of her husband, Adam, Allison Wysota went looking for solutions for her children, and Adam's House was born, opening September 2017.
My husband died very unexpectedly of a heart attack. At the time, my children were 21, 16, and 11. And going through the grief process, they did really, really well, but the one thing that I could not provide or had difficulty providing was having them, be with other children that were suffering what they were suffering. So really, as a family, when we stumbled on this difficulty, we decided, Adam was a great dad, he was a great husband, he loved kids, he loved mentoring, he loved coaching, and we decided to put this program together. I say all the time, this really wasn't my idea. So it was, call it what you will, divine intervention, voice of God, hand of God, but the things that I thought about, the things that kind of came to me, I just know that I was meant to put Adam's House here for all the kids in Connecticut.
Most everyone is welcome at Adam's House, but they do require each person to have 4 sessions of counseling before starting to be sure they are ready for the 8-week program. As a nonprofit offering services for free, Adam's House faces common challenges.
Our program is free for families. Insurance should not be a stumbling block for a family to come, and we make it our mission that it isn't.
We're preparing you to go through day-to-day life as the new you and to remember the person you've lost, and that's such an important tool for kids to understand and to grasp.
Young and old, people who've been to Adam's House are happy they came.
If you've lost someone that is really special to you, Adam's House can take the pain off your chest. It makes you not worry about it, how you lost somebody who you really like.
Well, what I took out of it was like coping mechanisms, and also like it helped me open up and accept the fact that my brother passed away. Like I was kind of like hiding it and like masking it with other things, and it just gave me coping mechanisms.
I feel like it opened my mind to like new ideas, not even like based off of my brother's death, but just like life, and it made me happier, made me feel like I should be a better person.
We do papers we did with her who we lost, and it made us feel like we never knew about it. And I write it about me and my dad because I lost my dad. So I write it about he has a big beard. And also it's like, once you're at Adam's House, it's like you never lost the person you loved.
I feel like everyone takes grief differently. Some people don't cry at first, and like others do, and I don't know, it's just kind of like it's getting to accept that they're gone, and that was the hardest part for me, at least. So just accepting that their memories will always be there, but their presence will not.
While Adam's House helps children who are grieving, it's not grief counseling or a support group.
It is such a warm and inviting and loving space, and when you think of grief, you don't always associate those words with that, but the second you open the front door here, you just feel all of that love and all of that passion in what this organization is doing.
I actually think because of, unfortunately, all the school shootings and the trauma and fires, and there's loss, a lot more young loss and a lot of out of order loss and traumatic loss, that I think people are very pro, mental health. They're open to other alternatives. We used to be very traditional. This happened, everyone said, get them to a therapist, get them to a therapist. But I think we're at a point too where we're open to other sources. We do a lot of outsourcing to art therapists, equine therapists, music therapists, play therapists.
Like Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, many adults now understand the challenges facing children.
Now people are coming to seek us out because they understand it, whether they've had a loss on their own or they know a family, or, a lot of times they're in their 60s now and they're business owners and they're like, I wish I had this when I was 12. I really struggled in silence. So it speaks to them. And it's funny because I'm getting a lot of phone calls from men, which I think is so terrific because oftentimes men don't reach out. But it's been very incredibly rewarding to see where these families begin when I first meet them at an intake to where they are at a graduation.
And advice for someone who's lost someone?
Definitely come. They give you like the warmest welcome, and Allison, she gives you like a huge hug whenever she sees you. And she remembered my name, which is surprising, which was really nice.
Like, it just gives you a sense of like openness about your loss, and just comforting, so you're not going through it alone. Coming to Adam's house made me feel like there was others like me. So
you should come to Adam's house because it'll make you feel better and you won't be sad.
We always say if the loss is preventing you from living your life, or the loss is still incredibly painful, you can come here. The age range is from 5 to 18, but that's not to say if I had, let's say 4 or 5 kids that came home from college, all lost a parent while they were at school and are looking for services and they're a little aged out, we would put a group together for them. If that person has left a hole in your heart, then you should come to Adam's house.
Adam's House encourages volunteers and provides training for those wishing to help. From Shelton for Crossroads Magazine, I'm Ann Carrick.
Well, you can learn more about Adam's House, the programs they offer, and how to get involved by going to our website at ortv.org.